Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're talking about the United States Lincoln 1-cent coin from the year 1971 with the Denver mint mark, also known as the 1971 D penny. This is not just a piece of old copper from your change drawer. This coin could potentially bring you a life-changing payday if it holds the right features. So stick with us to the end and listen closely. You won't want to miss what makes this penny worth searching for. The 1971 D Lincoln cent is part of a long legacy of American coinage, bearing the familiar and honorable face of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a tribute to one of the most revered leaders in U.S. history. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, standing proudly as a symbol of national unity. While hundreds of millions of these coins were minted at the Denver facility, only a tiny fraction of them are considered truly special. What makes these few coins so rare and valuable lies in hidden details, minting errors, die varieties, and condition, all of which collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. One of the most talked about errors among 1971 D pennies is the double die obverse. This occurs when the die that stamps the design onto the blank planchet is misaligned or strikes more than once, creating visible doubling in the design. Collectors have identified doubling in key areas like "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1971. When this doubling is strong and visible to the naked eye or under magnification, it instantly raises the coin's appeal and market value. These double die errors are rare, but when authenticated by experts, they become some of the most desirable pieces in the Lincoln cent series. Another exciting feature that adds massive value is the presence of repunched mint marks, RPMs. These occur when the D mint mark was manually punched into the die more than once in slightly different positions. This small but fascinating error is a favorite among specialists and is often overlooked by casual collectors, making it an exciting opportunity for sharp-eyed hobbyists. The RPM variety adds not only uniqueness, but a rich sense of character to the coin, drawing the attention of buyers at auctions and private sales like off-center strikes, where the coin's design is noticeably shifted to one side. Also command big premiums. Coins with die cracks, which look like small raised lines across the surface due to a fractured die, are also highly collectible. Some coins even show struck-through errors, where debris or grease caused part of the design to be missing or blurred. Every one of these errors tells a story about how the coin was made and how it escaped the quality control process, adding a layer of historical and monetary value. Let's talk condition, because condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. A 1971 D penny that's heavily worn might only be worth face value, but a coin that's in mint state condition, especially with its original copper luster and no scratches or blemishes, can skyrocket in value. Coins graded MS-65 or higher are rare, and when those grades are paired with known error varieties, you're looking at a coin that collectors dream about. The better the preservation, the higher the value, and these pristine pieces are getting harder and harder to find with each passing year. To give you an idea of how valuable a 1971 D penny can be, consider this. A rare specimen with a bold double die error and pristine mint state quality shocked the collecting community at auction when it sold for an astonishing $150,000. That's right, $150,000 for a coin that could have easily been tossed in a piggy bank or left in an old coin roll. These coins aren't just relics, they're opportunities. And if you're holding one of these in your collection, you could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. So, what should you do if you find a 1971 D penny? First, don't clean it. Cleaning can actually damage the coin's surface and destroy its value. Instead, handle it gently and inspect it under magnification. Look for doubling in the text, examine the mint mark, and check for any signs of striking errors or unique surface anomalies. And if your coin looks like something special, get it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its rarity and condition. That small step could be the key to unlocking its true value. Second rare coin. We're about to uncover the hidden power behind a coin that millions of people pass through their hands without ever knowing its true worth, the United States Lincoln 1-cent coin from the year 1975. At first glance, this penny might seem like a simple copper piece from decades ago, but make no mistake, this coin can be an extraordinary find if you spot the right features. So sit back, listen closely, and get ready to explore the exciting details that make the 1975 Lincoln cent a true gem in the world of rare coins. The 1975 Lincoln cent is part of one of the longest-running coin series in American history. Featuring the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the dignified Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, this coin stands as a timeless tribute to one of America's greatest leaders. While it was produced in large numbers by the Philadelphia and Denver mints, only a handful of these coins are turning heads in the collector world today, and for good reason. Certain rare varieties and minting errors from 1975 have transformed this everyday penny into an object of intense interest, excitement, and yes, incredible value. What makes some 1975 pennies so special and highly sought after comes down to minting errors, those rare and fascinating flaws that make a coin one of a kind. One of the most talked about is the double die obverse, where parts of the design were stamped more than once slightly misaligned. This causes noticeable doubling on the lettering like "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1975. When that doubling is strong and easily visible, the coin becomes not just rare, but incredibly desirable, the kind that serious collectors are willing to compete for in top-tier auctions. Another standout feature that boosts value is the repunched mint mark, especially found on the 1975 D pennies. When the D mint mark was stamped into the die more than once in slightly different positions, it left behind a shadow-like effect that's easy to spot under magnification. These RPMs are considered classic minting errors and are prized among error coin specialists who love the precision and rarity of these coins. If you've got a 1975 penny with this kind of mark, you could be looking at something truly special hiding in your pocket change. Collectors also keep an eye out for other errors like off-center strikes, die cracks, die chips, and struck-through grease errors, each one offering its own unique story and elevating the coin's value far beyond its face. And while some might think these flaws make the coin imperfect, in the world of numismatics, these are the features that make a coin rare, beautiful, and historically significant. Each tiny imperfection becomes a stamp of uniqueness, making your coin a standout treasure. Condition is also key. A 1975 penny that's been through years of circulation may still be worth more than face value if it has a rare error, but a coin that's in mint state condition, bright, shiny, and almost untouched, takes everything to the next level. Coins graded MS65 or higher, especially with error features, are the true kings of the collecting world. They're scarce, they're stunning, and they're exactly the kind of coins that can bring in jaw-dropping prices when put in front of the right buyer or auction house. Let's talk numbers, because one confirmed 1975 penny, featuring a strong double die and graded in brilliant mint state, made headlines when it sold at auction for an astounding $120,000. Yes, you heard that right, $120,000 for a coin that started as just 1 cent. That kind of value isn't just a myth. It's documented, it's real, and it shows the extraordinary possibilities that coin collecting holds for those who pay attention to the details. So now the big question. Do you have a 1975 Lincoln penny in your collection, tucked away in a drawer, or sitting in a coin jar? It might be time to take a closer look. Use a magnifying glass, check for doubling, study the mint mark, and inspect the coin's condition. If it looks unusual or unique, it could be worth sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Getting it officially evaluated could be the first step toward uncovering a fortune. Third expensive coin on a remarkable piece of American numismatic history, the United States Lincoln 1-cent coin from the year 1966. At first glance, this coin might look like a common copper cent you'd find tucked away in an old piggy bank or a dusty coin jar, but don't be fooled. This penny could be hiding serious value, and if you know what to look for, you just might be holding a coin worth far more than 1 cent. In fact, it could be worth a small fortune. So sit back and enjoy this deep dive into a coin that collectors across the globe are racing to find. The 1966 Lincoln cent comes from a fascinating time in American history. Just 2 years after the Coinage Act of 1965, which removed silver from most circulating coins, the U.S. Mint was adapting to new policies and technologies, and during this transitional period, some interesting and extremely rare errors made their way into circulation. That's what makes this particular penny so exciting. Struck with precision, but in a time of change, the 1966 Lincoln penny has become a favorite for collectors searching for hidden gems and rare variations that can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. One of the most valuable features that could appear on a 1966 penny is a double die obverse, a striking error where the coin is imprinted with the design more than once, slightly misaligned. This causes clear doubling in the date 1966 and in the letters "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." If you spot that distinct doubling, even with a magnifying glass, you may be staring at a high-value rarity. These double-die coins are few and far between, but when authenticated by a top grading service, they can become the centerpiece of any serious coin collection. Another feature to watch out for is off-center striking, where the coin is stamped incorrectly, causing part of the design to be missing or misaligned. These off-center errors are highly desirable, especially if the date is still fully visible. They're a favorite among collectors who specialize in misprints and flawed designs. And let's not forget die cracks, die chips, and struck-through debris errors, which can add unique textures and patterns to the coin's surface, all of which increase its rarity, charm, and market value dramatically. While mint marks are common identifiers of origin, 1966 was a special year. The U.S. Mint suspended mint marks on coins from 1965 to 1967 to discourage hoarding. That means you won't find a D or S on a 1966 penny, making other markers, like condition and error types, even more important in determining rarity and value. Without the mint mark to distinguish mint origin, collectors turn their eyes to quality, sharpness of strike, and most importantly, those rare errors that make this coin stand out from the rest. Now let's talk about condition. A worn-out penny from 1966 might still hold some value if it has a unique error, but a pristine coin, a mint-state example graded MS-65 or higher, is where the real excitement begins. These coins are not only visually stunning with their original red luster, but also significantly more valuable due to their perfect preservation. If your 1966 penny is in excellent condition and shows signs of any known error variety, you may have something truly special in your hands. To add to the excitement, a rare 1966 Lincoln penny with a confirmed double die error and flawless mint condition once fetched a jaw-dropping sum at auction. Collectors from all over the country were stunned when this beautiful little coin, simple in size but grand in rarity, sold for an astonishing $199,000. That's right, $199,000 for a penny that could easily be hiding unnoticed in your own collection or change jar. So now it's your turn. Have you checked your 1966 pennies lately? If not, it's time to dig into your coin jars, rolls, and old family collections. Grab a magnifying glass, inspect the lettering and date closely, look for doubling, cracks, off-center strikes, or any feature that stands out. And if you suspect your coin could be rare, get it authenticated by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC to verify its grade and error details. You never know, the next big treasure in the world of coin collecting might already be sitting right under your nose. Especially, we're talking about the United States Lincoln 1-cent coin from the year 1980 with the Denver mint mark, the 1980 penny. This little copper coin, often overlooked and forgotten, has surprised collectors and stunned auction rooms thanks to its hidden rarities and valuable minting errors. So listen very carefully and stay with us till the end, because this might be the most exciting penny you've ever heard about. The Lincoln cent has been a staple in American coinage since 1909, and by 1980, billions of these coins had been produced. But not all pennies are created equal. While most 1980 cents are worth face value, certain rare examples have features that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. It's not just about age, it's about condition, minting mistakes, and those hidden gems that only sharp-eyed collectors will notice. And if you're lucky enough to spot one of these rare details, you could be looking at a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. One of the most exciting things about the 1980D penny is the potential for minting errors. Those rare accidents during production that transform a regular coin into a collector's dream. Among the most desirable errors is the double die obverse. This happens when the design is stamped onto the coin more than once at a slight angle, causing a doubling effect in the text and numbers. If you examine your 1980D penny and notice clear doubling on the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or the date 1980, you may be holding an incredibly rare and valuable specimen that collectors are eager to get their hands on. Another error that elevates this coin's value is the repunched mint mark, also known as RPM. This happens when the D mint mark was punched into the die more than once, resulting in overlapping or shadowed impressions. These types of variations are extremely popular in the coin collecting world because they offer a glimpse into the manual process of coin creation. Spotting one of these on your 1980D penny can instantly raise its value and make it a highlight in any collection. Don't forget about other rare minting issues like off-center strikes, where the coin's design is noticeably shifted to one side, or die cracks that leave raised lines across the coin's surface. These errors may seem small, but they represent uniqueness, and in numismatics, uniqueness equals demand. There are also struck-through errors, where debris or grease on the die causes parts of the coin design to be missing. Each of these flaws adds a layer of character and rarity that drives collectors wild. Now, let's talk condition, because condition is everything when it comes to coin value. A well-worn penny might hold some value if it has a rare error, but a 1980D penny in mint state condition, especially one graded MS65 or higher, can multiply in value dramatically. Coins with brilliant red luster, sharp details, and no signs of wear are always in high demand, and when those perfect surfaces are paired with known error varieties, you're looking at a coin worth serious money. Auction houses and private sales have seen some astonishing results when it comes to high-grade error coins. One stunning example of the 1980D Lincoln, sent with a combination of doubling and excellent preservation, was recently sold in a prominent auction. Collectors bid furiously, knowing the coin's rarity and condition made it one of a kind. In the end, it sold for an impressive $67,000. Yes, that's $67,000 for a penny most people would never think twice about. So, what does this mean for you? It means the next time you check your spare change, roll open a forgotten coin jar, or flip through your collection, keep an eye out for that 1980D penny. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling in the text, inspect the mint mark for signs of repunching, and pay close attention to the coin's overall condition. If you spot anything unusual, don't take a chance. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC and have it authenticated. You might just have a hidden treasure worth thousands. Next coin, we are unlocking the mystery behind one of the most fascinating and potentially valuable coins from the modern Lincoln cent series, the United States Lincoln 1-cent coin from the year 1984. This little copper-colored coin might look like just another penny at first glance, but it holds a secret that has captured the attention of serious numismatists and collectors across the country. So get ready, because what you're about to hear might just send you digging through your change jars and old coin rolls with excitement. The 1984 Lincoln cent is part of a long-standing American coin tradition, featuring the proud bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Billions of these coins were produced in both Philadelphia and Denver mints. But out of all those billions, only a few hold a rare secret, a minting error so distinct and so sought after that it has elevated the value of this humble penny into the thousands. If you're a collector or even a casual enthusiast, you'll want to listen closely, because this coin could be your golden ticket. What makes the 1984 penny stand out among its peers is one specific and spectacular error, the doubled ear variety. That's right, some 1984 cents were struck with a noticeable doubling on Lincoln's ear. When viewed under magnification, it appears as though Lincoln has a second earlobe behind the first, a clear result of a doubled die on the obverse side. This dramatic doubling is easily visible to the naked eye in some examples, and is one of the most famous and desirable varieties in the entire Lincoln cent series. Collectors love this variety not just for its uniqueness, but also because it's fairly easy to identify if you know what to look for. The doubling is concentrated on Lincoln's ear, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. That makes it one of the most exciting coins to hunt for, because even if you're new to collecting, this error is bold enough that you might just find one with a bit of searching and some patience. If you do, you could be holding something incredibly valuable in the palm of your hand. Aside from the doubled ear, the 1984 Lincoln cent can also feature other minor errors that are appealing to collectors, such as die cracks, off-center strikes, and struck-through grease errors, each one adding a layer of uniqueness and rarity. While these may not fetch as much as the double die variety, they still make the coin stand out and can significantly raise its value when combined with good condition and proper authentication. Now let's talk about condition, because in the world of coin collecting, condition is king. A 1984 penny with the doubled ear error is already rare, but one in mint state condition, especially graded MS65 or higher by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC, can command serious money at auctions. Collectors are always on the hunt for these coins in brilliant red luster, sharp strike, and perfect surfaces, and when they find them, they don't hesitate to pay top dollar. In fact, in recent years, a pristine example of the 1984 doubled ear Lincoln cent in near-perfect condition sparked an intense bidding war at auction. With its bold doubling and excellent preservation, the coin drew collectors from across the country, and when the gavel finally dropped, it sold for an unbelievable $50,000. Yes, you heard that right, $50,000 for a penny that most people wouldn't even glance at. So now the question becomes, do you have one of these hidden gems sitting unnoticed in your collection? Have you ever looked closely at your 1984 Lincoln pennies? It's time to bring out the magnifying glass, examine Lincoln's ear, and look for that famous doubling. If you think you've found it, your next step should be professional authentication, because if your coin checks out, you might just have a rare treasure in your possession. Last unique coin, we're unlocking the secrets behind a hidden gem, the United States Lincoln 1-cent coin from the year 1979 with the Denver mint mark, also known as the 1979 D penny. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another ordinary piece of copper in your change jar. But stay with us, because this 1-cent coin could be hiding rare errors that turn it into a collector's dream, a coin that could fetch $30,000 in today's market. So grab your magnifying glass, coin folders, and let's dive deep into this captivating story. The Lincoln cent has been an enduring symbol of American currency for over a century, and in 1979, billions of these pennies were minted. But here's where it gets interesting. Even among billions of coins, there are a few rare varieties that slipped through quality control with unique minting errors that now make them incredibly valuable. It's these rare finds that collectors are always chasing, and the 1979 D penny has produced some of the most talked about specimens in recent memory. One of the key features that can make a 1979 D penny valuable is the presence of rare die errors, especially a repunched mint mark known as an RPM. If you take a close look at the D mint mark just below the date and notice doubling or shadowing, that could be a sign of a repunched mint mark, a detail highly sought after by error collectors. These mistakes happened when the mint mark was punched into the die more than once, creating a doubling effect that's clearly visible when magnified. If you find this, congratulations, you might be holding a true rarity. Another exciting and valuable error to look out for is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin wasn't perfectly aligned during the strike process, resulting in a design that appears shifted to one side. The more off-center the strike, especially if the date is still visible, the more valuable the coin becomes. These coins aren't just errors, they're conversation starters, and collectors love adding them to their portfolios because of how visually striking they are. But the surprises don't stop there. You should also be on the lookout for die cracks, die chips, and struck-through debris errors. These minting mistakes cause irregularities on the coin's surface, raised lines, missing elements, or unusual textures, and they instantly set a coin apart from the rest. The uniqueness of each of these flaws increases collector demand, especially when they are found in great condition. Speaking of condition, let's talk about what truly elevates the value of the 1979 D penny, its grade. Coins that have been carefully preserved and graded MS65 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC are considered top tier. They retain their original red luster, have no visible wear, and are struck with exceptional detail. When a rare error is combined with this kind of condition, it can send the value of the coin skyrocketing and attract aggressive bidding at auction houses. In fact, one of the most jaw-dropping moments in recent auction history involved a 1979 penny that featured a pristine condition and a rare mint mark error. Collectors from all over the country competed fiercely for the chance to own such a spectacular piece. The final bid? An astonishing $30,000. Yes, you heard it right. $30,000 for a coin that many people might ignore or overlook in everyday change. This is exactly why coin collectors never underestimate even the most common coins. Because sometimes, a closer look reveals a masterpiece of history, craftsmanship, and rarity. The 1979 penny proves that even small details, a tiny D mint mark or a subtle doubling, can hold massive value. If you have one of these coins, don't wait. Examine it closely, check for errors, and if it looks promising, get it certified by a trusted grading company. We'd love to know what you've found in your collection. Have you come across a 1979 penny with an unusual mark or strike? Share your stories, questions, and discoveries in the comments section. We're building a community of curious and passionate coin lovers, and your experience could help someone else unlock a valuable coin. Be sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and tap the notification bell so you never miss our next rare coin spotlight. Remember, in the world of coins, even a single penny can be worth thousands, and the next incredible discovery could be sitting quietly in your pocket right now.